Yes, I know that I said it was about time I took my big bike out, but there is somewhere that I want to go today, and although I could take either bike, there's something that I may actually want to buy for this bike. So we're heading up to Exeter. To be fair to Lauren, I did put her on charge. I didn't try and start her. She might have been fine, I don't know. But she hasn't been used for 6 weeks. And I know that her old battery used to go flat after about 2.5 weeks. And she does have the big battery now, so she may have been fine, but it's been 6 weeks. So I thought, no, I'm just going to put you on charge, leave you for the day, and yes, her battery is now fully charged. So hopefully I will be back on my big bike soon. I say hopefully like there's a problem with this bike, and there just isn't. I'm really enjoying riding my 125 at the minute. But today we're heading up to Exeter to go to Bridge Motorcycles, which is always nice going up to Bridge. But I decided to take a different route today. So what are we going up to Bridge for? Well, apart from having a mooch, having a look at bikes, and having a look at things that I might want to buy, I've done 3 winters now on this bike, and every single winter on this bike, the winter comes and goes, and then I regret not fitting some heated grips. And I mean, it's 14 degrees today. I went out last week and what was it, 12, 13, something like that, and my hands were just getting far too cold. And part of that will probably be because I'm still wearing my summer gloves, because they're more comfortable. And yes, I maybe should wear my winter gloves. They're big, fat, I can't feel as much with them, they're slightly restrictive, but they are warm. And I think once you get down below about 10 degrees, even those gloves will struggle to keep me warm. So I am considering some heated grips, given the fact that I'm probably never going to sell this bike. I don't worry about spending the money on heated grips. It's not like I'm going to lose the money. I'm going to benefit from the heated grips through the winter. But of course the problem is, when you've got 2 bikes, and I know that sounds like a humble brag, it wasn't intended that way, but having 2 bikes and wanting heated grips, what do? Do you buy heated grips for one of them, and then you may not want to ride the other one during the winter? Or do you just spend twice the money, do twice the work, fit heated grips to both of them? The struggle is real. Right then, that's the one we normally take, but apparently we don't take that one. I've not done this journey before. Pretty sure the one I want is directly opposite me. Oh, we're going to wait for this transporter. So why have I taken a different route today then? Well, for those of you that don't know the area, Exeter, it's about 20 miles from where I live. Quite simple to get there. It's a simple straight road. And although there's nothing wrong with taking the simple straight road to Exeter, it is a tad boring. I mean, look at my surroundings right now. It's dry, which means I'm not as concerned about leaves on the ground. You know, I'm not about riding this road when it's raining or has been raining. You know, I wouldn't want to ride these sorts of roads in wet, muddy, leafy conditions, you know, in those sorts of conditions, yeah, I'll take the boring straight road, please. So instead of taking the boring straight road today, I've decided to take something that I've not taken before. And of course the beauty of riding roads like this when you're on a bike is that you don't really get stuck. Apart from last week when we were on a particularly narrow road and there was a Range Rover, and then we did get stuck. But that's a rarity. Normally your country lanes are wide enough for a car and a bike. And it's nice to do something I've not done before, to ride roads like this. Let's see if we can roll past this horse. These horses. I wondered what Mr. BMW was doing. Well, I said it last week that we might meet some horses, and we didn't. Yes, it's a left. Is this the one that then bends up to the right? Yes, it is. That's the only thing about riding roads that you've never ridden before, is that you can get lost. But then that is also part of the fun. Not that I'm looking to get lost. I did Google this journey, I did map it out on Google. But of course I don't have a sat-nav in front of me, so I'm now doing it from memory and from that road sign. Now, buying some heated grips, I could just buy them online, but that would also be boring. So I figured, yeah, let's take a ride, let's make a little journey out of it. And I do enjoy roads like this on my 125. Although I must say, on the way back, I'm probably going to wish I had the big bike. Again, those of you that are local will know this, but for those of you that aren't, on the way back, we have to go up what's known as Telegraph Hill, which Laren wouldn't have a problem with. But Rafiki, it is such a long, prolonged uphill that on a 125, yeah, your 125 will struggle, but it does well. If I'm doing 70 at the bottom, probably still doing 50 by the time I get to the top, if I'm lucky. So I will probably miss my big bike on the way back. Right then, the road should go round to the left here. Yes, my Google Map memory is serving me well. I think someone doesn't know where they are. I mean, other than me. Yes, I don't know where I am either. But my Google Map memory tells me that there's a double roundabout somewhere ahead of us. No, I think the car in front doesn't know where he is either. Yes, thank you, Google Map memory. Now then, yes, we did buy the heated grips. I can turn right here and then go like left or second left at that roundabout, but I've only ever done that once and I wasn't leading and I can't remember the way. It's funny, all that Google mapping to find a nice, pleasant, picturesque way of getting to Exeter via country lanes, and I forgot to Google map a more efficient way of leaving bridge. So I'll go the way that I know, because it'll bring me out on the same road that I would have ended up on anyway if I'd have done a right out of bridge. And I couldn't help but check out a couple of street triples whilst I was in there, and also the Daytona 660. Not that I'm in the market for a new bike, not a brand new one anyway. I'm always looking for another bike, but being sensible enough not to buy one. But it's nice to see, because I own a first gen Daytona 675, it's nice to see what they became, what Laren ultimately paved the way for. And of course, street triples, what can I say? I have a soft spot for street triples, and I still think that at some point I will end up with one. But again, probably not a new one. Probably like a first gen, second gen. Definitely won't be a 2025 Bumblebee looking street triple, although they are exceptionally nice. Oh my gosh, you can see what has driven round here. You can see it, I can smell it. Fortunately for my viewers, we don't have smell-o-vision yet. Right then, Rafiki, it was a nice little ride out. I definitely prefer riding up to Exeter via country lanes, but I was always going to go back via the main road. So Rafiki, yes, unfortunately you are going to have to push yourself to your limits, and let's see how you handle Telegraph Hill this time.